What's going on, guys? Mecha Ish here from Marvel Legends X-Men Wave. I got Havok. Let's do it.
Level 138 in progress. Prepare for launch in 3, 2.
Step out of your world and step into mine.
Welcome back, guys, to another Marvel Legends action figure review, and I have from the brand new X-Men Legends series Juggernaut Build-A-Figure Waves, Havok. Now, this is Havok in his updated modern look as he appears in the Uncanny Avengers. So this is so cool to have an extra Havok figure now to put on my Avengers shelf. Taking a look at your standard window box packaging for all the X-Men Legends figures, you can see the Build-A-Figure Juggernaut logo on the top left. You got the X-Men logo there, Legends series, a great window view of Havok along with his awesome power accessories and the big leg of the Juggernaut. You got X-Men, Marvel's Havok, and on both sides you have the same artwork of Havok going all crazy with his powers. And at the back of the box you have the figure posed up in front of that nice yellow lighting, Marvel Legends series logo, and then a little bit of a bio. With control and precision, Havok processes cosmic energy to send plasma waves blasting from his supercharged body. Very cool, a very powerful X-Men like all the Summers brothers. And at the bottom of the box, you can see the entire lineup of this amazing Juggernaut Build-A-Figure Wave. Now, I have already reviewed a bunch of these guys, and I have a few more on the way, so make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss out on those. All right, let's take Havok outside of his box. Let's see what he's all about. All right, I got Alex Summers here, Havok, outside of his packaging, and this is a pretty cool looking figure. Not my favorite Havok look. I really would love if they made a 90s X Factor Havok. That'll be so epic, but I'll be happy with this, you know, at least for my Avengers collection. He stands a little over 6 1/4 inches in height, has those awesomely blue power accessories of his, and then of course the right leg of the Juggernaut. Now let's take a closer look at Havok. Now this Havok is heavily reusing that Bucky Cap mold, but I don't have a problem with it. Again, it's at 6 1/4 inches in height, but it is heavily muscular, and I love my superheroes to look like this, so it's very cool and nice sculpted detail all the way around. And this is pretty true to Havok's current look because he's all just in solid black with a little touches of silver here and there, so there's not much in terms of sculpted detail you can really add. But they did add the nice little cuffs. You can see right at his wrist for his gloves. Nice cuffs there, which are nice and clean with the silver paint. He also has silver molded plastic fists, which is very cool. And then you have the little touch of silver right by his waist, which is so clean. Look how bright this silver is. And you know how difficult it is to paint over a black surface. But they did such a great job. I don't see any breaking through that silver paint. So fantastic job there. And then he has little touches of silver at the top of his boot and towards the bottom by his ankle. At the center of all this darkness here, you have the blue circles, which pretty much represent his power. And you can see the white in the middle where it's very bright in the center of his chest. Mine is a little chipped right at the crevice of his chest. But then you have that nice sky blue all the way around in clean circles. So great job there. But it's pretty much to represent that glowing look and that his power is ready for use at any moment, because Havok a lot of times shoots his energy blast from his chest. Then we get to this new head sculpt that is showing off this updated look in the Uncanny Avengers. You know, if you remember before, I'm going to take the older Havok out so you can see how the older costume, older mask used to look with the arched silver pieces. Now he has it more securely placed and wrapped around his head. I guess he was getting hooked onto too many supervillains or something. You can see the nice silver paint application on that top piece, and then you have the black, which is very clean, no spillage whatsoever, even towards the back. It looks cool going downward to the base of his head. And now he has a great sculpted face. You can see the eyes with the nice metallic blue that is beautifully centered. And then you have the white of the eyes all done nicely within that sculpt. So great job there. Now the issue I have with the face paint here is, as you can see, the separation between his mask and his skin could have been done a little bit cleaner. And also on the right side as well, the black could have been painted a little fuller. And then he has this red circular piece here that is also not fully painted within that sculpt. You can see, now I don't know if this is some kind of gem or if it's one of the Infinity Stones. That'll be pretty awesome, right? But if any of you guys know what that red dot on the middle of his forehead is, please let me know. Besides the little issues I have with the paint, the sculpt of his nose, his mouth, his chin, very heroic looking figure. I think they did a great job overall with the head sculpt. It just could have been complemented a little bit better if they did a better job with the paint. Now, after reviewing both Iceman and Phoenix, I am so happy that Havok came with some awesome looking accessories instead of just the painted deco on his chest. Now this is so cool. You can see they're in a translucent blue. They have some light blue and some of the darker blue areas, the little bubbles there and big bubbles. And then you have a little bit of paint also added. And you see this arch here so you can hook his wrist onto them. Now his head is on a ball hinge, so you get the full 360-degree rotation, and you have a nice hinge so he can go up and he can look down a bunch. You got full rotation at the shoulder and a nice hinge, and you can hear how clickety-clack that shoulder is too. too. It's a very strong joint. Nice bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, and then we have a nice rotation at the wrist and a hinge at the wrist. Now we have this beautiful ab crunch. Again, if you're familiar with the Bucky cat mold, you already know all of this. And then we have a nice waist swivel, 360 degrees. We got some movement in the back, leg kicking out to the side a little bit more, and then he can really kick up high. And we do have a thigh swivel, double jointed knees. Oh, we even have a boot cut. I forgot about that. So we got a boot cut here, full rotation, and then we have a nice hinge at the ankle and a beautiful ankle rocker. So here I have yet again another figure from the Giant Man series from way back in 2006 when Toy Biz was ruling the roost, in the form of Havok on your right. This is him in his more classic uniform versus, of course, the modern one on the left. You can see the differences in head sculpts and design, where the flared out bands on the top of the classic one versus the one tighter to the skull. And then they're both reusing popular molds for their era. You have the popular reuse of the bullseye body on this classic looking Havok, and of course you have a reuse of the Bucky cat mold in the modern look. And they both have those red dots on the center of their forehead, so I don't think it's an infinity gem, but that would be really cool if it was, right? So there you have it, guys, my video review of the X-Men Legends series Juggernaut Build-A-Figure Waves Havok. Happy to have this modern, uncanny Avengers look to add to my collection. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a thumbs up. Check out my channel for other reviews I have done, and I have so many cool things coming your way. So make sure you all like, subscribe, comment, and share. You know what to do. Peace.